Hi everybody, today we will do a Muppet. First we will cast on the machine, one in the front, one in the back for the first row by starting by the black needle. The machine I use today is the 46 needle from ADDI Express King Size. Put the yarn in the yarn feeder and then you crank for at least 5 rows. What is waste yarn? Is the yarn that will help us to close the tube at the end. So now I will add 28 rows of red because we are doing the hood. So I had the color and then I will crank. I put that a little bit faster to save some time. When you reach 28 rows, you go and add some waste yarn to do the cast off. You never attach those two together because it's a cast off. It's a yarn, waste yarn that we will remove at the end. So crank till I ran out of yarn and it will release by itself from the machine. Like magic, ta-da! So put that aside for now. Put the yarn again to cast on and we will do 35 rows for the head. 35 rows. Put that in your notebook. There, when you reach the first row, open the yarn feeder, put the yarn in it, close it, and then you crank for 35 rows. When you reach 35 rows, you will remove it stitch by stitch by turning 360, and then you go with a wool needle and grab stitch by stitch like this. If you miss one stitch, you will end up with drop stitch, so be careful. If it's happened, don't worry, it's not the end of the world, but it is always better to be careful and go not too fast. So I continue like this, and I will put that aside after, for later. So we will continue now with the dress. For the dress, we will cast on again for the first row, and we will need 70 rows. 70 rows. Like this. So I will put that faster, and then when you touch the table, it's very important to turn it like this so that we prevent tension on the needle and prevent drop stitch too. So time to cast off. I did the 360, stop just before the yarn feeder, and now I will remove all the stitches one by one with my wool needle. For this project we will need a 22 needle machine for the arms. There. Almost finished. And that put that aside for later. So now it's time to do the arms. To do the arms, I will cast on some waste yarn, and I will do at least 5 rows. Put that in yarn feeder. This. Put that in the middle. Now we will put some ravels cord. It's substitute. It's not a real ravel cord. I use yarn to do a apron. So I did a full rows. That's it. And then I will continue with my working yarn. So I will add the red in the same place I finish with the ravel yarn. I don't attach those two together, I just crank. So for the arms, I will need 10 rows of red and 8 rows of beige. So you attach those two together, put that in your notebook. Crank, crank, crank. Almost ran out of yarn, just stop in time to attach another piece of yarn just to make sure I have enough to remove it from the machine. So now I will cut it and remove by turning 360, stop before the yarn feeder, and now with the wool needle pick up all the stitches. So continue like that. Like this. Almost finished. And after that I will put that aside for later. So for the arms you will need 2 arms, don't forget, 2 times. So now it's time to close the arms. So I will go and start the opposite way of the tail of yarn. So I will take the hook. You see the pink? I don't touch the pink. I just go and grab the red stitch. So that's the way I will close it. Go get one on the side, one on the other side, one on the side, one on the other side, like this. There. It is always a little difficult to remove the waste yarn when you start. The starting point is always harder to remove because of the casting on. So with the ravel yarn or ravel cord, it will be a little bit easier. With the real one, it's all for sure better. But I use a substitute one and it worked well too. So to remove it, I don't pull on my pink yarn, because if I pull on it, it will get stuck because it's not a real ravel cord. So you have to remove it like this. I told you that because I try it on another video. Then I have to record this one after. Sorry. There. So just take it with the tip of your needle. Like this. There. Half of it is removed, so I will continue. There. Almost finished. Like this. Almost finished. Oops. It's a little bit tighter here, so it was a little bit difficult. It gets stuck. So it's okay now. So I remove. There, all gone. So now it's time to check if you didn't forgot any stitches. By stretching it, everything's look fine. Now it's time to close the other side of the tube. So put those two together and pull. Usually you don't have to. It's me because I add a new cord on it. So cut this part, put that in the middle, and I will fold it. First I will eye those little tail like this, pull on it. So now I will do some mattress stitch, fold it and make sure you stay on the same column all the way, so that way your work will not end up all crooked, so or twisted. So go grab 2 stitch on the side, or 2 bar on the side and 2 bar on the other side. There. Like this. And I continue. So when you have a color change like this, the beige to the red, make sure that you get to be in the same row. When you go on one side, you grab 2 and grab 2 on the other side. So that way, when you will be the time to pull on your yarn, because I never do that tight right away, because if you do a mistake, it's easier to fix it like this. So I don't have a lot of yarn yet, so I will pull on it soon. There. So it's done. So I will pull and I hold it with my other hand. See what I said? For the color change, you don't see it. So I will continue on the same column to finish the arms of my doll, my end puppet. There, and close it. And after that, I will hide it between the 2 layers of my arms and cut it. So now we will continue with the head. So I have already closed both sides by pulling on the yarn. Now I just secure it now. Go around the middle to make sure I'm not ending out with that hole in the middle. There. So once done, time to go on the other side. So I'll go and pick the middle on one side to the middle of the other side. Do 2 double knot like this, and then you will stretch it, and we will put that aside for now. No, put that aside. I will go and grab every 2 stitch, and will be to close the head. Like this. Sorry, I'm not in the right angle, but I think you understand what I'm trying to do though. So we're safe. See, we go and grab every 2 stitch like this. There. Almost finished. I'm there. So now put that aside, like I said 2 minutes ago. And now it's time to cast on the waist yarn, because we will do the piece that I will put inside the head. So you will need 5 waist yarn and 10 rows of beige. So I have the 5 waist yarn, open the yarn feeder, and then add the beige, and I will do 10 rows. Put that a little bit faster. Time to cut it. And with the wool needle, I will grab all the stitches after I did my 360 around the machine. So grab all the stitches one by one, very important. So it's removed from the machine. Now it's time to close one side of the tube. And pull tight. to secure it. So now it's time to close the other side by a flat way. So we put the tail on the opposite side that we will sew. So with the another wool needle, a hook. Number 4, I will grab one stitch on the side, one stitch on the other side. I don't touch the orange one, only the beige. Very important to use a waste yarn that is very opposite color, so that way when you get to use a hook, you'll be able to see which stitch to pick. So we'll continue like that, one on a side, one on the other side, till I reach the tail of yarn. There, almost finished. Make sure you grab all the stitches. Oh, my tail is mixed a little bit here. I will bring it where it's supposed to be at the end. I cheat a little bit, but sometimes we have to do what we have to do. So, time to remove the orange. Very important to just remove the first row, like this, because it was the casting on. So you remove the first row, and after that you will be okay. Almost finished. And after you did the first row like this, the rest is like butter. It's removed easier. So we check if you didn't have, oh, I forgot to grab one stitch here. There. Secure it. So now I will fold it like this, and I will do some mattress stitch to close. It's like, it's gonna be for the finger to put in the head of the Muppet. So you stay on the same column, grab 2 stitch on the side, 2 stitch on the other side. 2 stitch on the side, 2 stitch on the other side. Like this. Almost finished. Time to pull. So it's magic. You can see it now. So secure it on the top. Grab a full stitch and then attach it. Like this. So now it's time to hide it, or if you have enough, you could keep that tail of yarn to attach it. So now it's time to finish the head. So put some stuffing in it, and then you will close it, but attention, don't close it full. You have to keep like 2 centimeter to 3 centimeter open. See it? Okay, because you have to fit your finger in it. You have to keep it open. It's funny, huh? Usually we don't see that. And I know that a lot that don't watch all the video will end up with, where do I'm supposed to put that piece? So that's why it's very important to always listen all the video first before you do it. So it's time to attach it together. So grab 1 stitch and full stitch in the head. Like this. Full stitch. And you keep your finger in it, so that way you're not ending out by sewing it. It's a safe way. Little tip. Like this. Like this. Like this. Almost finished. If you're still with me right now, put a smiley face in the comment and I will be just so happy. I know that video is very long, but there is important step by step. almost finished. Like this. Now it's time to attach those two tails together and eye those in the head. There and there. So it's done. See, you put your finger in it and it worked. So now the dress. So very important not to close the tube yet. But doing this video, I noticed that at that part it would be very easier if I could use some waste yarn there. But I didn't do it. So we will do what I did. But if I have to redo it, I will use some waste yarn. So to close it, I would just go with my wool needle and grab all the stitches. And go around it. So one stitch on the side, one stitch on the other side. So we'll do that till I reach my starting point. So I reach my starting point like this. There. I'll pull on it a little bit. There. I use a beige color because it doesn't matter. We will not seeing it after. So it's time to attach the arms. For the arms, I will attach it here. I grab two stitch on the side and grab one stitch on the arms. It's probably not a beginner friendly, but maybe it's possible to. Never know. But if you're not comfortable with it, just keep it for later. Get more practice, and when you feel ready to go, give it a go. So I did the arms. There. I will go and fold it over it, and make sure that you keep your arms open, because you need it to put your finger in it when you will use it for an end puppet. So I will continue. Grab the stitches. This. Attach those two together. There. So I continue. So almost reach the starting point. There. So attach it. Cut the excess and hide it between the two there. So you see how the arms is gonna look. So time to do the same thing on the other side. attach it. I know it's a lot of layer, probably not easy to understand on the video, but hope it is, because it was a lot of work, this video, to prepare. I plan to do a wolf and a grandma to go with it, so that way I will be able to tell the story to my little one before she go to bed with the end Muppet. There. She will love it. There. And then attach it the other side, and I continue. There. So that's why I was thinking if I did another one, I would use some waste yarn for the dress, but it's okay, it still works. So I did between the two layers, and we'll continue. Stretch it so you got your two arms. So I'm able to close it, but it gets stuck on the other side. It's okay. I will just go with the red piece of yarn and go and grab all the stitches again, so I will be able to pull it to get the old to be a little bit smaller to attach a head on it. It's okay. It will just put that more secure. Never too secure for kids doll. So I continue. There. Like this. There. So now I will attach those tail to secure it. See, I have to keep it enough big to attach the head on it, and enough room to put your finger to reach the head. So I put the head. So I grab one stitch on the head, one stitch on the dress. So I go around it like this. There. This. More work on it, more like this doll. So I continue. There. There. Almost finished. Almost finished there. There. Make sure you close that hole. So continue. Like this. So you attach it, do a double layer, and I did in the head. Like this. Hi, hi. It's kind of cute. So attach the hood now. So I will attach on the top. Do a knot. There. Just go around it to close it. And do a knot. Hide it between the two layers. Cut it. So now it's time to attach it and turn it first like this. Nice seams. So there, I will go around like this. It's only to help me to keep the hood on the head during the time I sew it on it. It's only to help. So I will attach it here. I don't attach it too tight. You see, I will remove that cord after. So just attach it like this to make sure that I'm able to attach it on the back. To attach it, I will go faux graft. So I grab one stitch on the hood, one stitch on the dress. I will do that. And the yarn I used, I forgot to say, it was premium red, Bernat premium red, and beige premium Bernat, and that's it. So I grab it here. It's very easy to do the faux graft, and it gave a very nice finish look. This. There. Almost finished. You see the side of the hood. Stop here. So I will do a double knot here and secure it, and do the same on the other side, and hide it between the two layers. This, voila. So the hood is on. So time to prepare for the air. So I prepare 50 centimeter long yarn. I divide it in two, and one side I already did a braid, and I will do the same thing on the other side. I divide it in three, and go on the side, go on the other side, bring it on the side, in the middle, there. I keep it flat. If you want to put more yarn, it's up to you. And I will fold it like this to know exactly where to attach my little red bow. The yarn, the yellow yarn, was the size 5 or 6. I can't find the label, but I think it's a 6. Yeah, it's a 6. It's a Belnet Softy Chunky, the yellow. So I will just give it me an idea how it will look. So now I will do the front of the hair. It's 15 centimeter that I will divide and cut like this, attach it on the middle of the top head. We'll need to do that twice, one for the front and one for the back. I grab it in the middle like this and attach those two together very tight. Cut the excess, clack clack, there, and I will do another one for the back of the doll head. So another bunch of yellow yarn, 15 centimeter. So I will attach it there. I keep a little room between it because I will put the braid on top of it like this. So the braid there. So with my wool needle I will go on the top of the head, the middle, and go around it with the tail, and I will go and pull very tight and come back there, and then I will attach those two together very tight. So voila, time to cut the front. Fix her hair there, there. Time to do the nose. I will use a crayon or a pencil, whatever you call it, and I will go around it. It's not easy to do the first row, but after that it goes very easy. So that will give a nice nose to my doll, my Muppet, my Ann Muppet. So I go a couple of times around it like this, and as you could see, I always keep a tail on one side when I start, so that tail would help me to close it at the end. There. Trust me, you will like the nose. There. So time to remove the pencil, do a double knot on the bottom, hide it in the head, so it gives me a nice cute little nose. Cut the excess. So time to do the mouth. For the mouth, I will just go like a half triangle, find the middle, go on the side, come back on the starting point, come back, and always keep a tail so that way it will help to close it after, and hide. So my mouth is finished. I didn't do anything complicated, and we'll hide it in the head. time to prepare for the eyes. For the eyes, with my flexible needle, it's very easy to put the yarn in it. I just fold it, get it in through, use a yarn, and usually I use at least 30 centimeter of yarn, and I will attach the eyes in the middle. Why in the middle? Because it will give me enough yarn to attach it. So I will attach the first one. I just use one side of the yarn, and then I will go use the other side, and we'll reach the neck in the back. Very important to reach the other tail like this. So one eye is done, not done but fixed, and we'll do the other one. Bring it to the neck and take this the other side, bring it to the neck, and now it's time to put it a little bit tighter. So I will just go and do one knot, check how it's done, fix it if it needs it, and I will go and do the second one. Do a knot, like if I like it, and then I will go and do a double knot. So I like it. So we'll do a double knot and I did yarn in the body. There. Like this. So voila, this is the video for this week. Hope you enjoy it, and see you for a new video next week. Ciao, ciao. My little one will love it. Hope you will love it too. Have a good week.